So this is your heating thermostat. There are two of these in the house, one downstairs and one upstairs, and they are independent of each other, which means you can turn the one upstairs down and leave the one downstairs a little bit higher, because heat does always rise. Now with this, you want to set it to a temperature you're comfortable to. So when you first move in, play around with it for a month, but do try and keep it for one period of time at a set temperature, as if you do fluctuate it quite a lot, it will increase your electricity bills. So the thermostat itself, this is the set temperature and this is the room's temperature. Now it is designed to only really go up to about 23 degrees. The reason for this is because a heat pump is designed to have a lower output and to only heat a home to a maximum of 23 degrees to ensure the lowest running costs. You can see there when the flame comes on, that means that your heating is on. If you're going on holidays, then lower the set temperature by a few degrees, but it is very important to not turn it off entirely. One other thing to talk about here is if you want to lock the screen for whatever reason, maybe you've guests coming over or children who are always playing with it, then just put one finger on the top and one finger on the bottom, hold for 10 seconds and that will lock the screen, and then you do the exact same to unlock it. For any further information, then refer to the homeowner's guide. As we make our way into the back garden, there's lots to discuss here. To begin with, behind here is the heat pump. Now, it's important that you don't actually cover this. You can put a cage around it or a fence in front of it, but you do need to let it breathe. Up here, this is the switch to reset it. You'd never want to touch that. If you do have any problems, then make sure to contact customer care and they'll be able to advise you or also send out someone to support. The external heat pump in low temperatures might make a little bit of a rattle or a noise, but just remember this is normal during cold periods. As we come upstairs here, you'll see the cylinder switch here. Always leave that on and you should be good. And then in here is our air to water system. So this is your control panel. You'll see this is your heating zone. Now we leave this at 0 because it's actually controlled through the thermostats downstairs and upstairs in the master bedroom. Then over here, this is our hot water. We advise setting that to 48. As you can see here, if we click OK, we end up seeing what our set temperature is, 48, and our current temperature, which is 47 degrees. The beauty of this system is that there is always hot water, and what's more is you should be able to have 3 5-minute showers consecutively. When the water temperature begins to drop, then the heat pump will automatically reheat the cylinder. This is your pressure control. Generally speaking, between 1 and 2 bar is good. If it rises above 3 bar or below 1 bar, then there is something wrong, maybe a weep in a radiator or a loss of pressure. So contact customer care and they will be able to send out a relevant contractor. Up here then we have the cutoff for the hot water supply. If you're going on holidays, you can just twist this off and cut it down, and then the cold water supply is downstairs underneath the sink. When you use the hot water, whether it be with a hot tap or having a shower, as part of the Legionella cycle, that hot water will actually top up when the previous water has been used. In addition to that, the Legionella cycle actually will heat the water weekly from 48 degrees to 60 degrees Celsius to kill off any bacteria in the tank from stagnant water or from not using the hot water. When it comes to the radiator itself, it's actually controlled through the thermostatic radiator valve down here. 0 is off, 1 is low heat, and 5 is high heat. If you've had the radiators off throughout the summer, then it's important to bleed the system when it goes on for the first time. To do so, you just need a flathead screwdriver and you want to slowly release this valve here, let it bleed, and then make sure to tighten it back up. Once you've bled the radiator, it's important to top up the heating system at the pressure gauge, and that's done by just twisting this valve here, and you want to do it up to 1.5 bar. It's important to keep the water pressure at 1.5 bar, as a low error message of water pressure will not actually be covered by warranty by any heat pump providers.